talk about steroids.
Hey everyone, so my friend Jessica's in town visiting me this weekend. Super excited to have her here. We have a lot in common. We have a lot of the same goals and dreams and the same vision, and we relate in a lot of different ways. And one of those is our view on steroids. We wanted to make this video talking about steroids. I don't want anyone to get offended. If you use steroids, that is your decision, that is your body, and I'm not going to judge you for that. We just really wanted to talk about this subject because we know a lot of the females that have came up to both of us and felt that they couldn't achieve the body they wanted, or they couldn't place in a show because they had to take steroids. So we kind of wanted to get together and do this video together because we have a similar mindset when it comes to steroids. So in this video, we wanted to talk about what steroids a lot of females are taking nowadays and the side effects of them, as well as why we choose to be natural. We are 100% lifetime natural athletes. Jessica has done how many shows?
About 33.
33 shows.
Yeah.
That is a lot of shows.
Yeah.
She's walked the Olympia stage. I'm just gonna brag for her a little bit. And she's done all this natural. She's never used any steroids. I've done 3 shows, so I'm coming up there, guys. But I just mostly train for fun and because I love to do it. But people have asked me what steroids they take, and I'm like, I didn't even know bikini competitors took steroids until I think it was last year. This is kind of new to me, but Jessica has been in the industry for how many years? A couple years? Like 5 years. And I recently noticed like a lot of people do talk about steroids pretty openly now. And I don't judge anyone for it, like I said, but I'm just like, wow, it's crazy. People I never would have thought take steroids. But I do want people out there to know that you can achieve the body you want. You don't have to take steroids. So yeah, I guess let's talk about this video. Let's talk about steroids. Where's our injection thing? I'm gonna go get it.
Pause, talk about steroids.
Something I'm very passionate about is being natural because most girls think that they have to put drugs in their body to place well or to make a name in the industry or to get to their goal physiques. You can see clearly that me and Heidi, we have a good amount of muscle. Flex that muscle.
We gotta do the show the gains.
And it's definitely a lot of hard work and consistency, but it can be achieved without the steroids. And I feel like too many new competitors in the bikini industry, because bikini
That's me like all the time in my videos. So and my Snapchat.
And just because it's grown so quickly, I get so many girls that have, you know, never even competed, and they say, my coach put me on this and that, and what is it? I don't even know what this stuff is. And it saddens me because for the most part, girls that are new, they don't really know what the side effects are. And being on the Olympia stage, 99% of the bikini IFBB pros are on something. And correct me if I'm wrong, anybody out there that doesn't do them. Can I say that? But and that's why me and Heidi, we see eye on so many things because this is a big deal being natural because it's very rare. So the first thing that I wanted to talk about is clenbuterol, and I'm going to read it actually from me for you guys. You guys can actually look it up, steroids and the effects and the side effects, and that a lot of people don't talk about. And this is the reason why we want to shed light on this, because we're passionate about helping women embrace themselves and not have to follow the crowd and do what everyone else is doing, because it can be achieved naturally. The first steroid that most women take is something called clenbuterol, and it's actually known as Clen. A lot of people know it.
Yeah, I've heard that term before when people say, oh, Clen. I'm like, what is that?
Yeah, people know it as a fat burner, but it definitely goes into more depth than that. A lot of trainers give it to their girls and they say, yeah, this is just, you know, like more like a fat burner, but I know a lot of girls don't even read into what they're taking, so
they don't even realize that they're taking a steroid at first either.
No.
They're just like, oh, I'm taking a fat burner, and it's like, it's a little bit more extreme than that.
Clenbuterol is a drug, and it was originally used to treat respiratory diseases in horses. And so that right there goes to show you that this is stuff that's used on animals, and now women and people in the fitness industry are using it to gain muscle. One thing that people don't talk about is the side effects. So the side effects for clenbuterol, they say that 40% of women that use this afterwards. These are clinical studies that they're reported to have depression, fearing withdrawal from the drug. Researchers indicate that female athletes who use or previously have used clenbuterol often have history of psychological problems such as eating disorders. So that right there, depression and eating disorders. So why we live the healthy lifestyle and do what we do is to teach women to be healthy and to actually get away from depression and to get away from eating disorders. So that's what it does to women, and it just saddens me because that's just not what health is about.
And a lot of times too, when you're taking these steroids, it adds up. I don't know the exact price of steroids, but I know people have told me, you know, how much they spend per month on steroids, and I'm like, that is a lot of money. And when you're depending on that to make sure that your body looks a certain way, and let's say you lose your job, or you know, you're like, this, I'm seeing a lot of these side effects, I need to stop taking this, and you do, sometimes your body has a hard time adjusting back to its normal self because it's depending on those steroids to look a certain way. So a lot of females, they take it and they can get depressed, and then they stop taking it, they get depressed. It's just like this circle of...
It's a cycle, and your body just keeps getting immune, so you just need to take more and more and more. And your body can really never go back to its regular state without having problems because it starts becoming dependent on all these drugs.
And I've known girls too as well. They've told me that I stopped taking steroids and I gained 40, 60 pounds, and I'm having a really difficult time getting rid of it, and it makes them want to take those steroids again. So it can be very addicting for some people.
Another common steroid that's used is Winstrol. And one of the main side effects of that is acne for women. Another one is also the deepened voice for women, and that's caused by growth of the vocal cords, which can often not be reversed. So if you guys are familiar with women bodybuilders, a lot of them have deep voices. Also, another thing is body hair growth. So basically, just, you know, growing extra hair as a woman.
Yeah, I think it becomes like thicker, a little darker. Obviously, you're not gonna be covered in hair throughout your body.
It also increases DHT levels that are basically male patterns of baldness for men. So basically that happens to women as well. So you're basically gonna become more leaner, which is gonna cause your skin to be a lot thinner. From my experience, seeing girls my age that have used it, it definitely ages you big time. I feel like it takes the life out of like your face. And one other thing, the last thing is actually aggression. It says 76% of women taking anabolic steroid has at least one adverse psychological effect, so aggression being one.
It is crazy because you do hear like people saying like roid rage and whatnot, and I just thought that was with things that were more intense than these steroids, but I mean, that makes sense.
Okay, and the last steroid that's commonly used by women is something called Anavar. It has the same side effects as Winstrol. It's just a lot more mild. They call it the girl steroid because it's the most mild steroid that you can actually take. But it also, you still have that chance of hair loss, deepening of the voice, and also clitoral enlargement. So, like I said, all these steroids, these are the common steroids: Anavar, Winstrol, clenbuterol. And we just wanted to shed light on it because most girls that will contact me for coaching or contact Heidi, they ask us about steroids all the time, and their coaches have put them on steroids, or they want to put them on steroids, and they just have no idea what it's about. So just be very careful, and you know who you choose to coach you, because there are a lot of side effects in steroids that people don't talk about. Even if there's a lot of side effects or just a little, it's still side effects, and some of them are irreversible. So
the reason that I have never taken any steroid is because I love being a natural athlete. I don't want to depend on something to make me place in a show or to have a better body. And I got into the fitness industry because for me, like, I want to be healthy from the inside out. I want to eat healthy because it makes me feel good, and I don't want to depend on anything to make me healthy or look a certain way, because some people, they look really healthy and they have so much muscle tone and everything, but really they could be unhealthy on the inside. I think that a lot of people are always looking for shortcuts when it comes to achieving their body goals or winning a placement at a show. They're always looking for the easy path. They're looking for that magical pill. And I'm not saying that steroids are a magical pill. You do still have to put in the work, but at the same time, there is a cost. I mean, it is expensive and it is costing your health. It's not good for your organs and your body. And another thing is you have to cycle off of these steroids. And if you don't, you're jeopardizing your health like crazy. If you do take breaks from the steroids, this is when you can have weight gain and depression and anxiety and have all these different side effects come into play, or just like your body is out of whack and it was depending on these steroids. Basically, I like to keep it easy, keep it healthy, keep it clean.
No
What about
large
you?
clitoral.
No little friend down there.
I actually competed in 33 bikini shows. So I came onto the scene about 5 years ago, and I started competing in what bikini was 5 years ago and what it is now. It's changed, like dramatically changed, and meaning, it just gets more and more competitive every single year. So something that I was sharing with Heidi earlier is the peer pressure to, I've been to the Olympia stage. So you go amateur stage, national stage, pro stage, and then the Olympia stage. The Olympia stage, you're looking at about the top 30 bikini pros in the world out of tens of thousands of bikini competitors. So
It's so crazy.
so I know what it is to be at the top and to, meaning like the top girls, bikini physiques in the world, and having to feel like I don't compare to them. But I've stuck to my guns. Sure, I have been peer pressured. I was actually telling Heidi that I've actually had all Anavar, Winstrol, and Clint in my hand, and I was just like, can I do this? Like to take my physique to the next level? Like, can I actually, go against everything I believe in, just to place better? And I didn't do it. Talk about peer pressure. I know peer pressure, and a lot of you national competitors out there, and highly qualified, even pros trying to get to the Olympia stage on every level. I know every girl that's watching this that's a competitor knows what I'm talking about when you feel peer pressure, to take steroids, even if it's very minimal, if it's going to change your physique, if it's going to get you striations, if it's going to get you those caps, if it's going to get you, the triangle butts, like the extreme triangle butts though, the hemi-glutathione for bikini competitors, and that's, what we're judged on. Don't do it. It's not worth it. Me and Heidi, we are examples of, we're in this for the long run. We're not in this just for 15 seconds of fame or like taking a magic pill. I've been lifting for about 6 years now, and it's consistency all the time. But we kind of just gave you guys just an insight on that these steroids, they just little pills, you wouldn't think anything of it. They cause severe depression, they cause eating disorders, they cause you not to be womanly anymore, That's definitely why I choose to stay natural, but I want to be that example for you guys. We want to be that example, and we have been. We've stuck to our guns this far, and it being in the spotlight, it's a lot of pressure. So we just want to be that example for you guys, and for anybody watching this out there that's, thinking if you want to take it or not, to take it to your next career or to the next level. Me and Heidi, we've done this naturally, so you guys can do it too, and that's why we did this video. We don't know that much about steroids, but we know the basics by looking everything up and reading on everything.
Very good basics.
So we just want to be a source of hope. What do you call it?
Yeah, that's a good way
source
to
of
put it.
that you guys can make it without doing all this stuff, So just stick to your guns, and if drugs is not health, it's not, and that's what it's become. Just be careful on who you idolize on social media. If they don't talk about being natural, because we're natural, and we're very passionate about it.
Very proud, and I don't know. It's a good feeling, because a lot of people just assume. I've had people come up to me and say, hey, what are you taking? Especially when my first show, I had someone come to me like, hey, what are you taking? And I was like, oh, BCAAs and fish oil. And they're like, no, what are you taking? And I'm like, protein?
Which is stack, multivitamin.
Yeah, I think he said stack too.
Yeah,
I was listing all these things, and they're like, no. And I was like, steroids? No, I'm a bikini competitor. Bikini competitors don't take steroids. And he just laughed at me. It's a big eye opener for me, and I was like, what? I thought just big bodybuilders took it, because I was so new to the fitness industry and to competing. I love competing naturally, it makes me feel good. It's like I worked 150% to get on this stage, or just to work out, you know, just like seeing your gains and seeing your cuts in your body and just being proud that you've done that naturally. You've done that all by yourself.
Most of all, what it does is it, you know, you're not going to mentally fall into depression or mentally, you know, have side effects like aggression and like all these things that they're saying. Like when you come off the show, you're very in tune with what's going on. You're not like, oh, okay, like how do I cycle off this? How do I get back on that? It's just like, oh, okay, so I'm gonna get back to going to the gym. It's not like a whole world of being in drugs. It's, you know, it's honestly a healthy lifestyle. That's what it is. And so we're in this for the long run. Right? Like that.
All right, guys, so we're gonna end the video here. Like we said, we're not here to judge anyone. If you do take steroids, that's totally, you know, your choice and your body. We're not gonna judge you, but we just want to let those of you out there that have felt peer pressure to take it, or feel like you should take it, or you are taking it and you're not even sure why, that you can achieve the body that you want. You can be on the Olympia stage as an athlete without taking steroids. Thank you guys for watching this video. Make sure to subscribe to my channel and Jessica's channel as well. I will link hers down below, and I think we're gonna do another video on her channel very soon. So thanks for watching, guys. Bye. Yeah. It's awkward too because you're sitting there, you're like, start thinking. Common steroids? Oh yeah, that video's gonna be fire.
Because it's just like,
Enlarged clitoris.